Hi, in today's demonstrative speech, I'm going to demonstrate a little bit about guns and what guns I'll be using here, the different ammo, and then how to, in the end, clean the weapon that you're using. Okay, so for today's demonstration, I'm going to be working on a Glock 19. Okay, this shoots 9mm rounds. It is empty. I'll tear it down here for you so you guys can see. That slides off. It's pretty simple. You just gotta pull it back a little bit, push the two knobs down, slides right off. There's the base of the gun. You have the guts inside of the trigger mechanism. You have your spring, your barrel, and a shaft. Okay, so what gun? This is the 9mm. What ammo it shoots? This is the magazine for it. This shoots a 9mm bullet. I don't know if the camera can see it, but you guys can obviously see how big it is. It's not real big. It's one of the lower calibers. It doesn't have a lot of impact. That is it's called a full metal jacket. It's surrounded. You have hollow points that on the point of impact, they kind of spread out. This doesn't. When I take this out to shoot, sometimes I can find these just laying behind the target and they're barely even bent up, and it's just the top part that shoots out. The second weapon that I will be demonstrating how to clean, I've already somewhat got torn apart here, is, you guys can get the gist of it. It's called an AR-15. This shoots 223 or 5.56 rounds. Let me pull one of those out so you guys can see what exactly size round it shoots. Okay, so there's the round it shoots. It's a little bit bigger than the 9mm round. This is also called a full metal jacket. It's the same. It does, on point of impact, it doesn't expand. It'll stay looking like that. Might dent the end of it in a little bit. Okay, now I want to demonstrate how to clean this gun. Okay, so you have this part, and just like the pistol, you have your what they call the guts. You have your trigger mechanism in here. You have your gas tube in there, which we can pull that out, but it's a little more difficult. And just for the sake of time, I don't want to take that out. So you have the trigger mechanism in here, your safety switch. So to clean this stuff is pretty simple. What I don't have with me today is called Hopper's 9. It's a gun cleaning oil. You can get it at most stores. You have a wire brush, and you just dip it in there, and you just clean it. That's all you really do. You want to clean all parts of it, and then if you want to get the ear tips, Q-tips, and then you can get in the tighter spaces that you can't necessarily get with this to clean it a little better. You want this to be well cleaned. You want to keep up your guns when you're cleaning them. They can last forever when you do that. And so that's what you want to do for the lower part, and that's called a lower receiver, and you have the stock gas tubes inside. Now for the upper receiver, your barrel, and you have your gas tube inside. You want to do the same thing with the wire brush. You want to clean out the inside of the upper receiver, clean all around, clean your barrel. And then when it comes to a little trickier part, is cleaning the inside. Now since I don't have the Hopper 9 oil, I'm not going to run this through. But you have it's called a cleaning rod. You take your cleaning rod, and you have a wire brush. You just screw it on, and you don't want to run this through dry. It can mess up your barrel. So what you do is you'll dip it about half into the Hopper 9 oil, and then you go straight in from the back, and you go all the way down, and then pull it straight back out. I don't know if there's a particular number of times you want to run it through. I always just run mine through once. It's just mostly all this does is just to break up the different grime that's inside of it. Once you have once you have that off, you can take, some cleaning kits are different. You have some that you have these little white pads, cloth, and you put it through and then you run that through. I like to use, it's just a soft, it's kind of like a cotton or a wool, and you dip that and you just run it through, and you can switch these out. I use the same one. You just run it through until you stop getting grind off. Hope that's unscrewed. Now, for the Glock 19, actually I'll put this back together. That way you guys can see how to put this together. So you have this. Run that in there. If I can do it right. There we go. That goes in there like that. Just snaps in. This goes back on. This can always be a little difficult. It always gives me trouble. Just getting it lined up and then pushing it in. There we go. That pops in. Pop that in. There you have it. It's an empty magazine. There's your AR-15. That's how you clean it. This is a Vortex Strike-Fire red dot. And you also have your pop-up sights on there that you can look through. Set that down for the time being. Now for the Glock 19, close that real fast. For the Glock 19, pretty much the same exact as how to clean this. You want to take the wire brush. You're going to clean out the inside, the guts, all the trigger mechanism. You want that to be spotless. Oh, and I forgot to mention with the start of the backtrack. When you get to the end, you want this to be well lubricated. They make different oils that you can put inside just to keep them lubricated, and it helps them to last longer and shoot better. Back to the Glock though. Take the wire brush, you're going to do in the Hopper 9 oil. You're going to clean it out just like we did for the AR. You're going to clean it all around. Anything that's metal on a gun or steel, you want to clean it. You don't necessarily need to clean the plastic, obviously. It's not going to rust. But anything that's metal, you want to clean. Even the spring. Once you get to the barrel, you've done the outside of it. It's the same exact thing as this. You're going to run the wire brush. You're going to run it through. Obviously, you'll use a different size one for a 9mm on an AR. You'll run that through just to break up the grime and stuff that builds up in the barrels. Then you'll run this or a cloth up and down it until it comes out clean. Put this back together. It's pretty simple. Put the barrel in. Take the spring. I always do it like this because if this jumps, it's a spring, so you guys know how springs go, they take off flying. And you just push that down on there, and it just slides on like that. There you have it. I'm not going to put that in because that has ammo in it. Okay. So that's how you clean a Glock 19 and an AR-15. What I always do once I get done cleaning up them together, I always wipe them off real good and then make sure they're well lubricated with the correct oils. But you want to get like the Hopper 9 oil off of it. So I hope you guys learned a little bit about how to clean a gun. I hope you learned a little bit about which guns were being used today. I know, Brian, you like shooting guns with your brother. But I hope that you guys learned a little bit. and I didn't inform you guys too much of stuff you already knew. So I appreciate you guys listening to me today, and I hope you have a good day. Thank you.